In a world where ordinary men can excel doing ordinary things, this man has single-handedly lowered the bar. From the scrambled mind that brought you Mad Madness and Beagle Rare comes this underwhelming Friday night special event. Matt Porter is the Blendigeddon 2 World Champion and the 2020 World's Top Whiskey Taster. Ladies and gentlemen, raise your glass and shake your ass for ADHD Whiskey Live.
What is happening, everybody? Happy Friday evening. Wow, it's Friday again, and I wouldn't rather be anywhere else, unless, of course, we were all together somewhere in person, like somewhere special, somewhere beautiful, somewhere where a sea breeze was brushing against our faces that needed it. And boy, do they need it. I'm happy. I'm happy that it's Friday. I'm happy that you're here. And I'm happy that I'm happy. And I'm happy that you're happy. I'm just assuming you are. Let me say hello to some people in chat. I forgot my mouse in the other room. Son of a bitch. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get my mouse. I can't just unmouse it. Stupid idiot. Forgetting his mouse again and again. Got it. All right. Back to work. Here we go. Hey. I'm back. All right. Got my mouse. Found it. Eric B was up in the house early on. What's going on, Eric? My mother's here. I love you, Mom. Derek Wilkinson's in the house. Travis Robeson. My main man, Travis R. Robeson. Travis. Good evening, everyone. He says, get ready for an evening of excitement, education, titillating factoids, and shenanigans. Hit the like button and show this ginger some love. Hell yeah. Show this ginger some love, too. Thank you, Travis. Chip. How in the world do you pronounce that? Chip. The Y is throwing me for a bit of a loop there, Chip. Let. I don't know. Thank you, Chip, for being in here. Retirement clock is here. Retirement clock, is that related to kitchen clock? Retirement clock? What's going on? Happy Friday. Oh, no, we have kitchen clock and retirement clock. What on planet? What's happening here? What is even going on? Strange. There's got to be some connection there, right? We got Gasman911 Greg's in there. What's going on, Greg's? Happening. Matt Kappa's in the house. Joe the Sample Guy. Christian Mojita is here. All right. Happy Friday, everyone. Trevor in Ohio, the reigning, defending ADHD Whiskey Royal Rumble champion, Trevor in Ohio. What's going on, Trevor in Ohio? In case you missed it, I blind tasted your sample against Carlos's sample in a video this week, and that's the same whiskey. That's the same whiskey that you guys sent. It's my bad. That's totally my bad. Also, let me know how the audio sounds, everybody. I just literally upgraded. This is my first time ever using it. I've got a DJI Mic Mini. It's wireless. It's different. I've been using the same cheap ass lavalier wired microphone for the entirety of my channel. So updated it. It might sound a little different. I don't know. It might not. I've yet to test it or check it out. I'm seeing that it works. So that's a plus. But anyway, yeah. New mic, new mat. Sounds good. Good. Audio sounds great. That's awesome. And apparently StreamYard also upgraded their audio something. I saw there's an update and they upgraded their audio quality. It said StreamYard. They did it. So hard to say if it's the mic or StreamYard, but if it sounds good, good. That makes me happy to know. Travis says Matt's palate is like a waffle, flipping constantly. I don't think that you flip waffles constantly, Travis. I think the waffle is like maybe a one flip deal or a 0 flip deal. Don't you make them in a waffle maker? You pour it, then you like close it, then it waffles. I don't think you're constantly flipping a waffle, Travis. Just saying. I think I'm right there. I think I'm right. Keith is in the house. Excuse me, happy son of a bitch. Thank you. Your sound reminds me of the 1900 phone calls I was supposed to make in the 90s. Is it different? Huh, weird. All right. I don't know. See? Yeah, it is a factoid. Listen, sometimes you have to clear up some stuff that's wrong, Travis. I have a fully full box of 1 Ounce Wednesday samples. That's where we're starting off the stream. We have a fun stream plan tonight. A flight from Jason Kobe here. Look at these things he sent too. Like, look at these. Look at these. Look at that. Kobe of Kentucky. Jason Kobe, musical genius, and he makes labels like a genius. Have the 2 new Barrel King releases to open and sample. Haven't tried them yet. Also, got 2 late samples for the Royal Rumble. Paul D and Jean Van Geest, JVG. That's hard to say, JVG. We're going to put these 2 samples against each other to see who the Intercontinental Royal Rumble champion would be. I don't know. They're probably the same samples too. That'd be my luck. Anywho, starting off the night with a blind sample from the 1 Ounce Wednesday box. It's down here. It's too heavy for me to pick up. Last time I picked it up, I damn near ruptured my bicep tendon. So I'm not going to look. Oh, get down on your knees, Porter. That's what she said. I got one in my hand, and I'm getting up. 1 Ounce Wednesday box. Sample box is full. Oh, America. All right, and it is. Now, we do this, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm going to see if I can show you what I'm drinking. There, it's in focus. I'm going to open the old hand and spin the old sample. No spoilers in chat if you're able to read it. If you're not able to read it, that's my bad, and we'll all learn together at the end. Is there a... here? Maybe? All right. I'm going to put this... I'll put it in my pocket. I'll put it in my pocket. All right. First sample of the night, blind sample. Hopefully you're all doing wonderful. Let me know what is in your glasses this evening. What is in your glasses? It's in your glasses' asses. Doing 20 samples tonight? No, we're not doing 20 samples tonight. 24 was too much. Was a bit too much. Was a lot of, what in the world is it? I got palate fatigue. Too much of a good thing. It was not great at the end. I don't know if they have 1-800 numbers anymore, Trevor. You can give it a try. The Belgian waffle maker at the hotel must flip. Yes, but only once. The Belgian waffle maker at the hotel, you seal it, then you flip it, and then it cooks it, then you flip it back to open it and get your waffle. It's not a constant flipping. Definitely not a constant flipping. Connoisseur Cigar Eric is here. What's up, dude? Wombat Annihilator. By the way, I just recently learned about wombats, and I didn't even learn about them. I just ran across. There's this Australian dude who must have some sort of animal rescue in Australia. And he's got like blonde, dreaded hair, and he's like, "Oh, you wombats! And he like brings wombats back to health and other marsupials and animals, and just they're cute. They're cute, those wombats. Kind of want a wombat. Kind of want to move to Australia. They have some awesome animals there. And he always goes, what the heck does he say? Crikey Moses is what he says all the time. Crikey Moses. I might adopt it. B3TRTKE. That sounds like a Star Wars name. B3RTKE. Hey, Matt, looking forward to seeing you at the St. Louis Bourbon Fest next week. Cheers. Yeah, I was going to mention that. This coming, not this Friday, next Friday. Oh, solid point. Also solid point. No live stream next Friday, unless, of course, something happens. No live stream next Friday. Next Friday, I will be in St. Louis at the St. Louis Bourbon Fest. If you want to see me there, I'll be there. I'll be there at the Barrel King booth, and it's going to be a blast. It's going to be me, and I imagine Nelly won't be there. That would be awesome, but I've yet to see Nelly since I've been to St. Louis a few times. But I'm hoping that this is the time. Hoping that me and Nelly get a picture together. He won't be there. One can hope. One can dream. Just a dream. That's a Nelly song. It's called Just a Dream. It doesn't say Z-Biotics, Trevor, in Ohio. If it does, then son of a bitch. JT Mellick for Justin Van D. Travis's Silver Springs Sweet Try. Sweet. What in the... I can't pronounce anything today. Unless that's just not how you... Sweet tight, I don't know. Maker's Mark Keeper for Kitchen Clock. New Riff Red Turkey Wheat tonight. That sounds good. New Riff is kind of killing it. But they're all their new stuff. 8 year New Riff for Gaspa. Noise. Spirit Walker 5 in Joe the Sample Guy's ass of the glass. New Riff 8 year. People are drinking some New Riff tonight. Good news for New Riff. People love your shit. Derek Freeze, revisiting Bards on Origin Bottled and Bond. Heck yeah. Origin Bottled and Bond. Yeah. I need to revisit that too. I haven't had that in a while. Christian sipping on some Penelope Walnut Old Fashioned. Ooh. I think Shook likes that a lot, huh? R.I.P. Steve Irwin. Yeah. Do you see his son is on Dancing with the Stars? I wouldn't know that had my wife not told me. But, spoiler alert, if you want an excuse to watch Dancing with the Stars, Topanga's on Dancing with the Stars this year. Topanga. Yeah. Topanga. She's great. Quacka? Our cuter? Quacka. Quacka. That actually sounds, I bet you it sounds quacka. Quacka, mate. Oi, quacka. No. I'm not moving to Australia. All right. So that's off the table. If my wife won't let us get baby goats, maybe she will say yes to a wombat, right? Just keep them away from Wombat Annihilator, because it'd be bad. Ooh. This first sample that is blind to me, I don't know what this is. I showed the camera earlier. Is, At first, I thought it was a traditional bourbon, but then, wrong, idiot. What were you even thinking? I don't know. It just had an initial thought. Turns out it's not that. Turns out it's something different. It's, oh boy, what is? It kind of smells like a honey-baked ham. That smells like ham. Like pineapple and ham. It smells like you put all the fixings around a ham, like brown sugar and pineapple, and then it was in the oven or however you for a while, and then you took the lid off, and then the whole house smelled like this. Smell it. I'm right. It smells like ham. I quite like it. All right, let's go for a taste of this blind sample. Ooh, la la. First sip of whiskey for the day. That is good. Oh, wow. It's lower proof than I imagined. Why is my fan on my computer just blaring? It hasn't stopped in forever. It's like really huffing and puffing. Easy fan. Easy computer. My Wombat Annihilator's daughter wants a capybara. Oh, isn't the capybara the world's largest rodent? Isn't that what that is? Like a gigantic. Yeah, those are cute. The nose on this throws you for a bit of a loop. There's like this weird spice in the middle too, almost like a clove. And then on the palate, though, the hamminess and the clove note seemingly disappear into this like well-rounded, delicious, lovely whiskey. I like this a lot. Thought it was going to be higher proof when I first went in, but seemingly, I would say, what, around 100 proof maybe? That's lovely. I could wonder what that is. It's not super oak forward, although there's oak there. It's not super grain forward, but I feel like there is like some heavy grain influence on this whiskey. I don't even know where I place an age on this. 8 years maybe? Just as like a guess. Doesn't taste old, doesn't taste young. Doesn't taste double oaked, doesn't taste finished. Doesn't taste too farmy or green or grainy. It's just like a very nice profile that I enjoy a lot. And if I had to give it a score, which I will because it's what I do, blind, just tasting this, the nose threw me off. The palate threw me back on. .1, it's great. I think this is great. And I'm excited to see what it is. Hopefully it's something that we can get, or that I can get. Dig in my pocket. You guys already saw what it was. Dig deep. Got it. No kidding? Why does it taste like that? Yellowstone Limited Edition 2024? Which one do I have? Is that one finished? I literally stopped buying these. I think I have either 2022 or 2023 was the last year that I bought the Yellowstone Limited Edition. And I stopped buying it a year too early. It's from Bill Kavanaugh. I found an entire extra box of Bill Kavanaugh samples on top of the samples that Patreon sent, along with their Royal Rumble samples. That is good. Why does it have that weird... I mean, I can Google it. If nobody in chat tells me what's different about this Yellowstone 2024 limited edition, then I'll Google it. But let me catch up on chat. He would get by with his bar. No, dude, James Moore. I gotta keep caught up here. Sawdust and Coffee. Nelly made Band-Aids badass. Didn't he? Right? Like, right under the... Mad Cap is going to start with some New Riff 8 year also. Nice. Chip is pouring some Westward American Single Malt finished in Oloroso cask tonight. Hell yeah. Those Westwards are good. Topanga, enough said. Yeah. I mean, yeah. My wife is my new Topanga. And got just the curves and everything. I don't know if Topanga's got an attitude like my wife or not, but I would imagine. So about old Dominic 8 years says Zeke. Welcome in, Zeke. I like the name Zeke. I don't know why, but I do. Freaking Zeke. Is Zeke short for something, or is it just Zeke? Probably just Zeke. Josh Cohen Barrel King, 18-year light whiskey, 140 proof arrived today, so I'm sipping on that. Woo! That's a big badass. That's a hefty, big pour. Let me know if you like it, Josh. Let me know what you think. I thought it was so good. Serious question: does the greatest palate in the country have the sense of smell and taste insured? I don't know. Can you do that? Can you do that? I don't know if you can do that. Tim Romero's here. What's up? Cheers, all. Cheers, Tim. Couple months since I opened my new 8-year stuff is amazing, right? Isn't it? That's what I thought last year. That was one of my favorite bourbons of the year last year. Has Riley called in to collab yet? Not yet. No. Make sure the vents are clear of lint. On what? Man, what in the world are we talking about? Any word on the Heaven Hill Master Distillers Unity? So Jason Colby, who sent me the Jason Colby, we all know Jason Colby by now. He was at Heaven Hill on the tour, and he was able to get one, and he offered to pick one up, like if I wanted one. And it's just too much. I don't know anything about it. I haven't heard much about it, and I just didn't want to. It's a lot of money on a whim. So Dan and Sean are getting it. Dan and Sean are going to get one, and then I think since I connected Jason Colby with Dan and Sean for them so they could connect with it. And I would imagine that I think, in all seriousness, that I am owed a sample of it now. Since I played Matchmaker, then I feel like I deserve a sample, right? Feel like I deserve a sample. I'll have to let them know to send me a sample whenever they get around to sending me barrel samples for an Evernorth pick, which has been several months, but I don't want to complain about it because I also have issues with doing things on time. What I don't like is Nutria. No idea why, but it's just a creepy rodent. Nutria sounds like one of those meal plan kits that you get from a shady company. By the way, also, we're going to get into all this tasting tonight. Will this be another 3.5-hour stream? Hopefully not. Have you guys seen the new Crush? Crush? No, it's not Crush. Slice. The Slice colas, the Slice sodas. On the can, it says healthy soda. They're going to get so sued. You can't put healthy soda on a can of soda, even if they think it's healthy. They don't allow that. That shit is going to be so they literally can't do that. That you can't do it. Like when I shoot Magic Spoon ads, RIP my Magic Spoon endorsement, son of a bitch. Wish they'd ring, wish they'd call. But it's been a while. But when you do that, there's all this fine print. Like you can't say nutritious or healthy or you can't say like low carb even. Because like there's no definition for low carb. There's no definition for health. You can't claim something to be healthy. So I'm just telling you right now, all these ads I'm seeing for healthy soda, but what do I know? I'm just a garage lawyer. Who did you say your 2025 guest of the year is? Guest on the live stream? Gosh, I mean, whoever had it on, I think bringing Outlaw on the channel has been so much fun because I love that man. He's my best friend. He's a real bad bitch, or however that song goes. He don't need money. There's a good song about him being a bad bitch, and he's my best friend. He's not my best friend. Well, I don't think he'd consider me his best friend, but he's been a ton of fun. I love Jared Outlaw so much. Dan Shook though, Matt Madness extraordinaire, tearing through Matt Madness like a crazy person. But 2025 isn't over yet. We'll see. How far behind am I in chat? 6 minutes. That's way too far. lacking the usual nuts on the Yellowstone, right? Where did it go? This just smells wonderful. Wish I would have grabbed another final flight today. Waited too long to purchase. All the leftovers are gone now except for the 4-gate. Yeah, there's one 4-gate. Thank you for mentioning that too. One 4-gate sample, or one 4-gate bottle is left out of all the leftovers that were put up yesterday. And boom, I just changed it. The QR code in the corner of the screen, that would bring, if you want a 4-gate, it's like 8-year, 9-month, 4 roses, allegedly bourbon finished in red wine barrels. It's really good. There's one bottle left. Code ADHD saves you 5%. If you don't need the password for it, the password is leftovers in capital letters. There's one of those left if any of you want to pick that up. The QR code, just scan that bad boy in the corner. StreamYard added QR codes. So super cool. 13th Colony Maplewood. What's that? Is that is it good? I'm guessing it's aged in a maple barrel. Oh. Interesting. The Yellowstone smell like ham, and I like that. Now, we got to get down to this. We broke open the stream with a blind sample pour and a score. Now, I've got some things to get to. The Barrel King releases for October. There's going to be a video for those, obviously. Every month I do them. But I want to crack those open tonight. But before we do that, and before we get to the Kobe flight, I need to do this. These are 2 samples that arrived late for the Royal Rumble. And they're going to compete head-to-head against each other to see who wins the door prize, or the late or entry winner, or let me think. The tardy party award goes to either Paul D or John Van Geest, JVG. Let's see. Oh boy, I don't have another sticker. Do I have another sticker? No. How would I? Is there a? Crap. Get your shit together, Matt. Oh, you're the worst. Just one sticker. That's all you need. Oh, found stickers. Hell yeah. In your face. Bad luck. Suck on that. Paul D, your sample is in the glass with the silver sticker. Paul D, silver sticker. Paul D, sticker. Paul sticker. Sticker Paul. Paul sticker. Don't put a sticker on the wall because it'll peel the paint off. Paul rhymes with wall. Sticker, wall. There. Did it. JVG. That's so hard. If you haven't tried to say this out loud, try to say it to yourself right now. JVG. That's like a really tough thing to say out loud. Also, I tried to say this in a video the other day. You know that song? And I'm going to try to say it, and then you'll understand my point. It's like, blame it on the Henny, blame it on the... Then it goes, blame it on the L. It's, you can't say it. You can sing it in your head. Blame it on the alcohol. But if you try to say it out loud, you just make yourself look really dumb. And I had to edit it out of a video because I tried to say it like 10 times and I couldn't. Then I tried to explain how I couldn't say it because it just sounded stupid, but it didn't really, it just looked dumb. Anyway, JVG, you're going to go in the glass with no sticker. All right, let's find out who's going to win the door prize for the Royal Rumble, the late entry award. But I got to catch up with chat. Matt, you're so slow. 2024 Yellowstone is double barrel French brandy and cognac. Okay. Thank you, JVD. That's interesting. I've heard the new slice soda is gross and super expensive, but it's healthy. But it's healthy. That's what they say. 12 Summers vibes tonight. Ron Miles, what's up, Ron? Thanks for being in here. 12 Summers vibes tonight. Bravo, my brother. Keep crushing it. Thank you, Ron. I love Ron Miles. I miss his hug. He's a great hugger. Big man. Just hugs good. Squeeze good. Tall, he's looking fresh and clean. He's like if Danny Bardstown were a heavyweight. And not saying that because heavyweight's like 205 plus. But he's like the heavyweight Danny Bardstown. Handsome guy. Handsome fella. American Light Whiskey, Who's Your Daddy is amazing. Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big whiskey. Oh, it's gone? Well, whoever purchased the old, the last 4-gate, thank you very much. Ryan will be happy to get that out of his warehouse. There was, I think, 6, 10, 14, 18, like 25 bottles or so that were made available yesterday. It's a surprise drop. All right. Now the QR code for the top left screen is just Patreon. If anyone, I don't know. See, it should say underneath what it is for. I don't know. Yeah, my mom says slice soda has probiotics plus. That is why they call it healthy. I know why. I know that they call it healthy, but it's illegal to call it healthy. To use the word healthy on a label is illegal. They're not allowed to do it. That's like the FDA says you can't do that. Oh, all right. One of these is a very strong smeller. Matt, don't pronounce the L. Just say L. Oh my gosh, Ron, you just taught me how to say it. Blame it on the. Okay, see, Ron, you just taught me how to talk. Man,
we're back.
Heyo, wife's back. It's good.
Wasn't too bad.
High five. I'll say hello to everybody.
Sure.
Mike Topanga. I was telling what?
That's weird.
It's not weird. I was telling everyone because someone mentioned Steve Irwin, and I said that his son's on Dancing with the Stars, and then I said, by the way,
Yeah,
also
he's like my favorite one on there right now.
Yeah, you've got a favorite. I've got a favorite.
Hi guys.
It's my wife. Show wife. I'm sure someone will say that. She's a show the wife. That's a joke. It's an ongoing joke in chat.
That you don't have a wife? You just pretend you do?
No, everybody knows I'm literally married for sure. Okay. By the way, not funny.
Have fun, love you.
Love you. I don't know why I keep spinning these in circles. I know that I literally told myself which one is which. Jeez. She is real, Trevor. Your new mic really picks up others in the room much better. That's good. The other microphone I was using was like $19 on Amazon. It's a Boya mic. And they're not bad for a $19 wired mic, but this seemingly is better. All right, let's go in. Paul. Yeah, Paul's. It's a tricky one. Give me a minute. I might have to sneeze. I can tell that I might have to sneeze when it feels like I'm going to throw up. It has nothing to do with this. Just a side effect of a medicine, apparently. I don't know. It passes in a second. But smelling a whiskey while I'm feeling nauseous is not a great thing. For the whiskey's fate. All right. And we're better. Okay. There is a black cherry on here that is a very strong black cherry, but it's kind of being masked by possibly a layer of double oaking. Maybe. Oh, this is a tricky bugger. It smells very good though. If this is a double oaked product, props to whoever made it smell like this, because almost got me. Or maybe I'm wrong, but almost. Yeah, black cherry. And it's almost like a black cherry and dark chocolate combo, which I appreciate greatly. All right. Over to JV Gina's. Sorry, JVG's sample. Oh, whoa. That smells like a cereal. That smells like a cereal I'm familiar with. Is this like a honey finish something? No, it smells like, what is that? Son of a bitch. I'm like cycling through cereals in my head. There's like a honey cereal that isn't. Damn it. They're kind of like flat and like semi-curved. Is it honey though? What is that? Yeah, it smells like a delicious cereal. Huh. Completely different than this. These two are so different. I need to step up my cereal game. I need to eat more carbs. Damn it. The more I smell it, the more it's going away. Like I can't, the specific note is starting to fade in my brain. Let me smell this one again. Honeycombs? No. Not Honey Crisp. They're like little squares, but they're kind of bent. Looney Smacks. It's not Magic Spoon. Barrel King, the healthy bourbon. I don't think that would fly either. All right. Golden Grams. That's the one. Man, thank you. That was what was in my head. Yeah. But it's like a stronger Golden Gram. Like if Golden Grams were more like extract, Golden Gram extract. All right, let me go back over to friggin' Paul's here. Why is my phone keep buzzing? Verizon's sending me, like, I don't care, Verizon. Knock it off. In the middle of something. Your technology, figure it out. Recalibrate. Ooh. Oh. Oh. That is not double oaked. That is just old. That is right up my alley. That is that's really good. That might be Calumet 18. Son of a bitch. That would be funny, but that is tremendous. Cherry and oak. Just wonderful. It's a bourbon. Shit. I didn't even. What kind of a proof is on this? That's a special pour. That's a really special pour. Wow. Yeah, you know what I like. That's a Matt Porter. That's a typo. I love that. I love that. Oh, that hits right. That hits good. There's a lot of oak there, but it's so full of other flavors that are like it's cherry and oak. The oak isn't overwhelming. I do love a good strong oak profile, but if I can get that oak note, that strong extra aged note with some supporting notes, then it just makes it that much better. It's like when Justin Timberlake had the rest of NSYNC behind him, and they're all like, or whatever they did, and they were singing. JT, great on his own. We could call him Justin before Bieber came along to stole the first name, but Timberlake, great on his own. But with the other guys, they just added something extra. Let's go over to this funky son of a bitch. Wow. I don't even know if this is I don't think this might be. I'm going to guess this isn't a bourbon. I'm going to guess that this is like a funky wheat whiskey, or since they got the cereal grain so heavy, possibly like a very heavy malted barley scenario here. But I've also had some ryes that kind of just smell wacky like this, but I'm going to say this is probably some sort of a heavy malted heavy malted barley beverage. Barlage is a new word. Wow. Oh. Oh. Porter don't like that. Oh. Oh. Wow. That's 150 proof of no. Damn. Wow. That is big and aggressive and angry. And although it might find the love of its life, it's not finding it in this garage. What is that? Is that a bug? I'll keep my eye on it. Got something hanging from my sound barrier behind the camera, which is a blanket with unicorn pugs on it. Like it was shaking. I can't tell if it's a bug or if it's just. Oh, I think I know what it is. I think it's leftover graffiti, not graffiti, confetti. But it was wiggling. And I can't make it wiggle no more. What are you? I don't want to touch it. Kind of want to touch it. I don't know. Just forget about it. The winner.
I put my book in my suitcase. Like I unzipped it and dropped it in there. I don't see it in there.
Oh, I took it out for
Where
you.
is it?
It's on your nightstand.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Because you asked me to take it out, and then I took it out, and you were like, "Oh, yay!"
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. It's on my nightstand. Anyway, the winner is Paul D. And let's find out what was in the glass I did not love. JVG. Sorry that I did not love. Yeah. She heavy. There it is. Opening it up. All right, let's see. In my not favorite glass was Rare Character Single Barrel. WTN-301 Weeded Straight Bourbon. 135.14 proof, 8-year, 10 months old. Picked by Exit 9 Wine and Liquor. That where's it? Wonder where was this distilled? Like what? Rare Character Single Barrel. Weeded Straight Bourbon. Huh. I'm trying to wrap my head around what I'm tasting here. Because although if wheat were in the equation, I would have thought for sure like wheat whiskey, like a straight wheat whiskey, barrel proof. A weeded straight bourbon. So it could be 51% corn and like the rest maybe wheat. It's got to be craft and double barreled and all the stuff. That's wicked and wild. And I don't, that's, I'm sure that a lot of people love that, but that's not for me. That puckered me right up. It puckered up every orifice on my body. New video idea. Everyone send Calumet 18 samples. Matt rates the best of the best Calumet 18. Thanks, Derek, you son of a bitch. It's a great idea. Love it. Couldn't be happier with your idea, Derek. Just send them all, and I'll just keep refilling my bottle of Calumet 18 and just live life lovely forever. Just a never-ending bottle of Calumet 18. Strong supportive oak like a good lumberjack. I saw a dude who looked like Paul Bunyan today. He was carrying Walmart bags out of a different grocery store, and he was wearing suspenders and a red shirt, and he had a big, bushy black beard. And I said to my wife, "Look at that Paul Bunyan looking son of a bitch." And she laughed and was like, "He looks strong." And I was like I mentioned, Paul Bunyan. Which is a compliment, by the way, considering I look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Let's see. The winner of the Tardy to the Party award goes to Paul, and I think it's amazing. Could this have defeated Calumet 18 had it been? Is that a Buffalo Trace product? I don't know. Maybe a birthday bourbon? Maybe a birthday bourbon. That's my guess. I'm going to say that that's a birthday bourbon. That's my guess. Another bottle that, did I get this one? I may have gotten it and finished it. Remus Gatsby, 2024. Hell yeah, that's really good. Is this the 2024 one that I got and finished? I don't know. It's empty now. It's all empty now. Thank you for the Remus Gatsby sample. Tremendous. Loved it. Now let's move on. What should I do first? Let's do the Barrel King openings first. I'm going to taste the October Barrel King. I'm not going to go with, these aren't going to be in-depth reviews. I'm going to save that for my Barrel King video, which will be out on 30 days of September, April. Okay, so 30 days. So probably be out on the 30th. What's today? 26th. Happy birthday, my brother. Friggin' 45. Looks amazing. Son of a bitch. So my Barrel King video will be out on either Monday or Tuesday, whether the 29th or 30th. This isn't going to be an in-depth review of these. It's just going to be a first tasting. The review I'll save for the video, but let's find out. Well, we all know what Matt's O face looks like. That's no. That's like, that was my, have you ever had a dream, and if you are a lady, then pardon, maybe you've got these type of dreams too. And I'm guessing maybe in these dreams, something's happening in real life. Have you ever had a dream where you get grabbed by a very specifically tender part of your body and it's just squeezed like that? Like, oh, that's a dream, and you can feel it in your dream. Who knows what's happening while but you feel that and you're like, ah, that was that face, which is a different version of, I guess, I don't know. Constant with money's on WV distilled. If it's a rare character weeded, probably pot distilled of smooth. Oh, West Virginia distilled. If it's a rare character weeded, probably pot distilled out of Smooth Ambler. Oh, it's wildly weird and big. It's not only wildly weird, but it's wildly weird and like in your face. Who knows? Maybe on a different day, a different personality of mine would enjoy it. But thank you for sending that. I definitely appreciate it. And I could see why somebody would think that would take the cake, because it is different and it is high proof. And sometimes different is the key to winning. And also, if it's high proof, that like lends it a hand. But not that different for me. I'm more of a traditional man. More of a traditional porter. Josh Combe, not related to Puff Daddy, I would imagine, says the variance between barrels is huge. Oh, he's talking to Crazy Pops. Damn it. I should have known that, but I said Crazy Pops. It's my bad. Hey, Jason Kobe's here. Jason, I'm about to get into your flight you sent of the Kobe of Kentucky, or King of Kobe of Kentucky samples you sent. I'm going to blind those and taste them, put them in an order, and see which one comes out on top. Those are 5 samples I haven't tried before. Never tried them. As a matter of fact, the only thing I've tried so far tonight between the Yellowstone, the Gatsby, and that rare character. So out of everything I taste tonight, only one thing have I ever tried before, and that's the Gatsby, and it was tremendous. Coming up next are 2 Barrel King releases I haven't tasted yet, so we're going to do that right now. Sweet Cindy is here. James Morgan is here. Hell yeah. J-Max 7.3. Hey, Matt, what's the most you pay for one of those kind of 18? Gosh. I mean, it doesn't matter, because what I would pay for one is under MSRP. $500 for a bottle of whiskey is not something I've ever done, and it's not something I will do in the foreseeable future. The only way I would pay $500 for a bottle of whiskey is, let me think. If I came across the King of Kentucky for $500, I would have to find a way to buy one. I have to, like, I don't know, let the phone bill be a few days late or something. But a King of Kentucky for $500 I'd buy. Like a crazy old Michter's. But these things don't exist, right? So I'm not willing to pay their MSRP for it. So I just guess it doesn't really matter what I would pay for it, because at this point we're just talking about personal finances and stuff like that. Like, to me, it's not a $500 bourbon, and I haven't ever paid $500 for a bourbon. So it's really, really, really good. It's one of my favorite bourbons of the year. But it's just $500 is like, It's insane. First Barrel King release is batch 118, 119 proof, straight bourbon whiskey. America. Let me pull up the details of this. First taste of these. So I'm going to the St. Louis Bourbon Festival next weekend, but also while I'm there, I will be finishing that apple brandy Burai blend, which should be a November release, which is like it's an apple brandy Burai. And if the barrels taste similar to what they tasted like last time I was in Missouri, then it's going to be fantastic. But Jared wanted me there to blend it on hand, to personally be there. So I'm going to be working on that this coming up weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend as well. So that's going to be fun. That should be a November release. Let me pull up the info on this bad boy from Matt Bunch himself. This is batch 118. It is called G-Spot. 100% Green River Rickhouse G barrels. 21%. 7.8-year Kentucky. So it must be 21% rye, I'm guessing. So 7.8, so almost 8-year Green River Rickhouse G barrels called G-Spot. That's a name. Boy, does that have my mind going for video ideas and things I shouldn't say, things I will say and get edited out. That will probably be a video that I'll have to post some bloopers to Patreon because, yeah. G-Spot. Ooh. So I have not smelled, tasted, sampled, touched a barrel of any Green River distillate that we've got at Barrel King since they arrived. They arrived after I left last time. So this is my very first experience with any of the barrels at Barrel King from Green River. This is honestly the first time I've smelled it, tasted it, anything. So you're getting my initial reaction. And I wonder what I've thought of this had I not known what it was, because it's different for Barrel King. This is a different route. This is a different avenue. There's been a fork in the road and we ventured in a different direction. Nice. And is Rickhouse G a special Rickhouse at Green River? Does anybody know? I'd love to go there and visit Green River. I just haven't been there yet. I'd pay WLW for 500 one time. Man, I don't know. I wouldn't. Yes, sir. I'm not sure if he's mentioned that or not, but yeah, we'll be there. We'll definitely be in St. Louis the same time. Trevor in Ohio already stealing my jokes out of my brain. Oh, man. It smells very pastry and very like, man, if Jason from the Mash Drummer watching right now, he always laughed when I used to say blueberry on the nose, or blueberry, like when a blueberry tasting. No, but this smells kind of like a blueberry strudel. Yeah, it's very strudel-like. There's ice, like it doesn't smell like a toaster strudel, which I despise, but it smells like a gourmet pastry that you walk into one of those fine shops and you're like, oh, I walked into the right shop. I just came in to use the bathroom, but I'll spend $600 in here. I won't spend $600 on a bottle of whiskey, but ice some pastries the right way and send me out the door. Wow. Whoa. So much. This is okay. It keeps changing and like developing. It's higher pitched. It's like a tenor. Is that a la up here? La. But it's shift. It's like it's not just one high note. It's shifting through all these different things. Bear with me. Like I said, this is the first time I've smelled, tasted, or anything, any of the Green River stuff that we have. So I'm just trying to process it and process that this is a Barrel King release because it's different. It's different, and I am super pumped to work with this. Super excited to get my hands on some of these barrels and start playing with them, because if this is just G-spot barrels, it's really good. There's a tang to it. There's some like zestiness to it, like some what do you call it? An orange, a lime, a lemon. They are fruits. My brain, I tell you, every day. Mom, how much Tylenol did you take? Just wondering. Because citrus? Oh, Joe the Sample Guy. And I thought of it myself before I saw your comments, but I'm sure your comments came in first. It just took a while for me to get there. Like a citrus zest. Not going back to the nose, and there's like a caramel bark. It's not like a toffee bark, but it's more caramel. Like Matt, get your friggin'. Like a crystallized caramel, crystallized sugars. Yeah. Second sip. That is good. What I love is that normally, I mean, all Barrel King releases taste different. I mean, we work with the barrels we have, right? But this hits just a different part of the palate than a lot of the other Barrel King things we've ever done. This is more like it's hitting the sides, the front. It dances on the back a little bit, but it's playing with a completely different part of the palate, and I really like that. I think that moving forward, adding this to the other barrels we have is going to open up like a new door, a new like door number 2 brings you into boy. I'm mixing up stories again. So there's the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe that bring kids to a place. And there's also a place, Never, where they fly on that big white dog. It opens the door to a new experience. And I think that the Green River distillate is going to be a lot of fun to work with. That is really good. I didn't know what to expect, but maybe it found, never mind. I was going to say something that I would have edited out of my videos. The G-spot in my mouth. I said it. Never ending story. That's it. She took the right amount for you to have the perfect balance of Felcore. That's right. Felcore. Baklava? Oh man, I love baklava. My mom's none. Mom, come on. You could have said You could have helped me out and been like, a lot. Then nobody would have blamed you, because how would you know? But also would have given me an excuse for what's going on in there. Oh boy. All right. That one's really good. Totally different from Barrel King. I think that's going to excite a lot of gold members who are looking for maybe like a different twist on a straight bourbon. We've had a lot of different MGP variants, some turkey variants. Adding a Green River distillate to the old repertoire is awesome. Now there's this. This is the Fantasy Collection label for the month. 115 proof. It's batch 117. What the heck are they going to do? Because I always get these pre-sticker because I get them pre-release. So I never get like the stickers on the bottles, the old tater stickers for each batch. How do they make a G-spot batch? I mean, a G-spot sticker. Oh. If maybe they, what if they just hit it on the label, and then they're like, why isn't there any indication of? That's what I would have done if they asked me. I would have just hidden it somewhere on the regular label, and then everyone would have been like, why isn't there a sticker on this? And then we would have been like, there is, dude. What's your deal? Why can't you find it? I can't find it. It's probably not there. That's what I would have done. Huh. Any hoozle. All right, batch 117, the Fantasy Collection. Whoop. America, noise. This is a Halloween themed Fantasy Collection. Originally, I asked Jared to blend the barrels that I selected for the Apple Brandy Boo Rye for October. So it would be the Apple Brandy Boo Rye. Like, like boo, like scary, like a ghost, like Halloween themed. And then he was like, you just need to come here and blend it yourself. So I don't know if we can extend boo into November or not, but it's possible. So 117, I think it's called Witch's Brew. Let me double check. Oh no, Basic Witches. Which is actually, that's hilarious. Basic Witches is batch 117. Looking at, we have, going down the list, 33% 4.5 year, 21% MGP bourbon, 17% 8 year, 21% MGP bourbon, 17% 8 year, 95.5 MGP rye, 16% 12 year, 36% MGP bourbon, and 17% 7 year, 51% MGP rye. It's got to be MGP rye. Finished. Okay. Finished in caramel espresso sea salt, which I have to dig deeper onto how that happened or what that was, and pumpkin barrels. Now I did ask Mr. Matt Bunch, what is a pumpkin barrel? Because I imagined what he did was he, in my mind, he conditioned a barrel with. I didn't know. I was like, what in the world? Did you just throw a bunch of pumpkin in a barrel? No, it's actually a pumpkin liqueur barrel. And there's from Maine Craft Distilling, it's a pumpkin liqueur barrel. I have no idea what to expect with this fantasy collection. I have literally no idea what to think. But I'm excited. I'm excited to give it the old smell. Basic Witches is batch 117. I don't know. Oh, Holy shit. That smells like one of the, oh my gosh. The what's the name of the company? Brach's? BRACH. The candy pumpkins. The candy pumpkins in the bag that you get at Halloween. That smells like a candy pumpkin. That smells like a candy pumpkin. I love candy, okay? That is so weird how it smells like that. Yeah, see how another thing that you can read in your head, but when you try to say it out loud, no. What? Okay. Candy pumpkin. Share screen. Those things. I know how you spell it, Tim Romero. I don't know how to say it. Brach's. That's what that smells like. And for me to just smell it and then just know, like, go directly there is pretty impressive as far as like candy recall goes. Brock's, okay. Candy pumpkin. There is like like a layer of different. Like there's a layer of spice there too. That's a little bit deeper than the candy pump. The candy pumpkin is the first thing I smell, but on top of that, it's a darker, deeper, like spicier layer. I can't wait to taste this. I gotta taste it. This might be, if this tastes like what it smells like, this might be the greatest Halloween whiskey to ever exist ever. And I'll need to give them all pats on the asses. All the men, anyway, at Barrel King, if that's okay with them, for making a Halloween something like that, because this smells like Halloween candy. I gotta taste it. It doesn't taste exactly like it smells. It took me there for a second, then in a different direction. Curvy, twisty, spinny. Huh. It's wild. It's super different. It's almost like it reminds me of a holiday bread, but not like a pumpkin bread. Maybe a pumpkin bread. I said not a pumpkin bread, but as soon as I said it, I started to taste. It's like yeah, like a pumpkin loaf. It is good. It is the spice that I was getting on the nose is really what translates to the palate. The nose is a lot of fun. The palate is all business. The palate is like a spiced pumpkin cake or like a spiced pumpkin loaf. Oh, carrot cake. It's like carrot cake with a frosting that's like less sweet than a typical frosting you get on a carrot cake. Normally carrot cakes are like, there's that spiced cake, then the icing on it is like uber sweet. And then you kind of get the spice with the super sweet. And a lot of times the super sweet icing takes over. This is more like maybe a more mild icing, like a semi-sweet icing with a carrot cake. That's what that tastes like. And that is good. Full review coming either the 29th or 30th, but totally different releases this month. Super out of left field. I'm impressed. They literally, I've said this 1,000 times. I will always it surprises me each month. Like, to be able to come out with 2 releases each month is difficult. And you'd think that some of them would be like, meh. But every time I try them, I'm like, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I wish I was there more often to like tinker with stuff with them. But also I think I might ruin some shit because they do tremendous work and I am super pumped. That's a wild fantasy collection pour. What did I say the barrels were? Some like weird espresso something? I'll have to ask a bunch about those, but I know the pumpkin barrel was a pumpkin liqueur, but caramel espresso sea salt? What is that even? There's got to be another liqueur of some kind. But also when you say it out loud, in my mind, like what's still on my palate, I'm like, do I get some like a little bit of saltiness on there? Is there a little bit of like, I don't know. It's like a Jefferson's Ocean kind of thing. Those are good. Cream cheese frosting. Cream cheese is still pretty sweet though, right? Like a Halloween mullet. Oh no, kitchen clock. I spilled bourbon on my keyboard, so my letter after Y key doesn't work. So forgive me, but it sounds like my letter after Y. Is it either a T or a U? Booty, fruity. No, it can't be a T because she used T in fruit. And it can't be a U because she also used U in fruit. My letter after Y key. I feel like that went over my head. I feel like that went way over my head. BK pumpkin spice latte, 'tis the season. Oh my gosh, that's what they were trying to do. Dude, you are so smart. I didn't even put that together. I didn't put that together at all. You are so caramel espresso, sea salt, and pumpkin barrels. Haven't talked to him about this at all. He just sent me. I said, "Can you send me the blend info when you get the chance?" Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure will. He sends me just the info, the percentages, and then finishing caramel espresso, sea salt, and pumpkin barrels. Then the G Spot blend. I said, "Thank you." Then I said, "What's a pumpkin barrel?" And he said, "Zero conversation about anything else. They're trying to make a friggin' pumpkin spice latte whiskey. That's what they were doing, Jason. You're right. Pumpkin like that. You are so smart. Why didn't I put that together?" Makes me wonder how many other things in my life I just fail to understand. Now that you say pumpkin spice latte, that's messed up. That's messed up. It's messed up in a good way. And it's called Basic Witches. Holy shit, am I putting this together so slow? Oh my God. Basic Bitches, pumpkin spice latte. Basic Witches. Oh, wow, am I slow? Jason Kobe, you literally helped me so much right now. Thank you, Jason. If you haven't helped me enough. The process of me putting that together, you watched in real time. Basic Witches, pumpkin spice latte. That is crazy that it took me that long. Ding, ding, ding. We can't all be fast. Did all of you understand Basic Witches and then like put together the pumpkin spice latte thing in your head before I even came close? Because I was nowhere near that. I wasn't even close. I was flying in a different direction. I was just like, oh, witches, October, pumpkin. Basic Witches is fun. I feel like I'm pretty witty, but then also when sometimes I realize that my brain works differently, and then to understand some stuff, it just takes me a second. Huh. We did, but we are all basic, Maddie. You're on another level, is why. Oh, I'm on a different level of the spectrum. Thanks, Travis. Son of a bitch. Thoughts on Four Roses Limited Edition? I've only owned one of them. I've tried several. They're always really good. They're always really, really good. And depending on the price, if you get an MSRP, definitely worth it, I think. Oh, bless your heart. That's the rudest thing I've ever heard in my life. Bless your heart. Because it sounds so sweet, but it's just said to dumb people. It hurts. It hurts hard. It hurts hard. Beautiful mind. Thanks, Tim. Whiskey is the best, always the best way to end the day. Cheers. Cheers, Peter Blighty. Cheers, Peter. I'm from Texas. Couldn't tell myself. Oh, bless your heart. That's so rude. Grease says that to me, and it hurts. Coming from Grease, it hurts. That's the worst insult ever, right? Beefy McMahonstick knows what's going on. It's the worst. It hurts. All right, I have a 5 sample pour, blind pour from Jason Kobe. So this is the final thing we're doing this evening. Gonna taste through these. These are 5 things I've never tasted. Gonna taste through them. We're gonna quickly put them in an order. We're gonna 1 through 5, what I prefer most to least, and looking at they're labeled on the bottle. They're mixed up in here. I don't know which one is which, but I'm not sure if he sent them to be tasted together or not, but I decided to do it together because they came together in these beautiful Jason Kobe sample bottles. But so what I will do is I will show the camera like this. The bottom, throw focus, which doesn't really matter. I'll show the camera the bottom of the glass, which has a sticker. So in order for you to know what I'm tasting, you have to pay attention. Okay. I don't want to know what I'm tasting as I'm going through it because I kind of want it to be like semi-blind. I'll know what these are in the glasses, but I won't know which glass I'm tasting. But so you know what I'm tasting while I'm doing it, just pay attention or write it down. Sample A is Augusta Distillery Buckner's 15-year, 56.25 proof. It says single sample on it. That's hilarious. Kobe, you're funny, dude. You're funny. You're a funny guy. So A is Augusta Buckner's 15-year. Sample B is Short Barrel Cigar Batch number 3. A blend of 6 to 11-year-old whiskey, 57% ABV. Sample C is, oh boy, it's a word I can't pronounce. Lincolnpinch Repeal Day 2024. Lincolnpinch Repeal Day 2024, 6-year, 57% ABV. Lincolnpinch Repeal Day in sample C. Sample D is Glens Creek OCD number 5 Premium, 54% ABV. Glens Creek OCD number 5. Also, is my mic still working? Nice. What are we? Hour and a half deep. Mic is still working good. Nice. Like I said, first time using the wireless mic, so just kind of curious as to how long this mother will last. an hour and a half of blabbing is good for one, because it comes with two. I was going to get the DJI. I've been wanting the DJI mics for a long time. The one thing I did not like about the DJI mics, the top two things. Anything I've ever purchased from DJI has either broken or I've lost. I bought one of the original Osmo gimbals for my phone, like when I was doing fishing stuff. I got a gimbal, like an Osmo gimbal, and that bitch died. And it kind of hurt my feelings because I loved it and it broke. The other two things from DJI were drones that one of them's on the top of Wild Turkey Distillery Rickhouse A, and another one crashed into a tree. And I crashed it into a tree. I'll take responsibility. But the other thing I didn't like about the old DJI mics, or like the good DJI mics, was the size of them. They're like really big on shirts, and I did not like the way that they looked, and heavy and like kind of tug shirts down. So I was gonna get this Boya microphone, which I was looking into it. It was like a wireless mic by Boya, which made the same mic that I was using that was wired. But I'm like, man, I don't really want to spend $100 on a mic that is not going to be great. That could have went towards a DJI wireless mic down the road. So then I found out that the freaking DJI makes the DJI mic mini, and it just doesn't have the recorder. So you can plug it into your phone or your camera, and it's got two mics, so you can have two people, and they're littler too, which is way better. Pumped, super pumped. I was surprised at how cheap it was. $119, I think, for a wireless mic setup. And I'm like, hell yeah. I feel like my content game is going to be on a different level now, because I can use my phone for a lot more things, and I can use my camera without a wired mic. So I feel like this is going to step up the Matt Porter ADHD whiskey game tremendously. Sample D, it was the Glens Creek OCD number 5 premium, and glass E is Bardstown Bourbon Company Discovery Series number 13. So Bardstown Bourbon Company Discovery 13 is an E. Now, these are in random order. If you don't believe me, I don't care. I mixed them all up. I don't know what's in what. All right? Just believe me. But shit. I'm going to go down the line. The first glass of taste will be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I can't find my glass marker. I had it last Friday, obviously. I was markering everything, and now today, not around. Anywho, all right. I'm going to put this in focus. I'm going to flip it so you can see what it is. My eyes are shut. Hopefully that's in focus for you, and you can see what letter it is. No spoilers in chat. If you couldn't tell what it was, if you couldn't read it, if it was out of focus, I'm sorry. But the old SJ, here we go. I'll call this glass 1, and glass 1 smells sweet, nice, somewhat traditional, I would call it. A very appealing and light nose. Also, let me know in chat with this microphone. With my old mic, swallowing and stuff sometimes was an issue when I was editing videos. If there's any like gurgle sounds or like obnoxious swallowing sounds that come through, but you're being too nice to say them, let me know, because it's good to know that, so I can adjust the gain on it and things like that, or just know that I'm gonna have to start editing harder with a new mic. Though it's always weird. Could those be smaller samples? They were like half full, maybe half full. How many ounces of whiskey would you estimate you drink on an average a week? Well, let me think. I shot the video for the Calumet versus Calumet. And that was I'll call it, but a half ounce of each. So that's one. What did I had something the other night? I poured something the other night and I can't think of what it was. Oh, I poured some of my Ohana blend the other night because I just wanted to revisit it. Literally, the majority of any of the tasting I do occurs in the live streams. So I don't know how many ounces I would say, but on a given week, it's a lot less than it used to be. Far less. Yeah. I've been a very good boy. Over the past 2 years, I've been a very good boy. And also, I started this freaking medication to help me lose weight. It's one of those, like a Wegovy, semaglutide thing. And it's brought my desire to drink way down. And also, I don't drink in public. I don't drink like I don't go out to eat and drink. If I don't drink beers at lunch. I'm not a drinker of, like last night, when I was bowling in bowling league, I had an ounce of Knob Creek at the bowling alley, and one of my teammates, Luke, he's a gorgeous man. He's like, weird. I've never seen him drink in public. I was like, because I just don't do it. I just felt like it last night. I felt like I needed to get some nerves off me or something, and just, help me out a little bit, just kind of cut my nerves because I was bowling like shit. And I just don't drink at dinners or lunches. I'll have an old fashioned with my wife once in a while if we're on a date. But typically, any of the drinking I do is videos or live streams, which is, I feel like it's important to talk about because somebody could just be like, dudes drink for livings and they drink as much as they want. And that's cool. I used to drink a lot more and wasn't great. So I think the more you can like hone it in, the better, probably. I would totally watch you drink whiskey on a boat. I would love that. So the wireless mic thing is so good. I can do so much more now. Now that I have a wireless microphone, the phone is in play totally. The camera's in play totally. I can shoot bowling content, fishing content. I can all the content. Bourbon hunting content's way easier now. Shorts content is way, like I've opened up Pandora's box of content now that I've unwired myself from the camera and I've made content on my phone worth watching, because the mics on phones aren't great. So you can't have a phone out here and then talk normally and then have it pick it up so that it's acceptable. But now, man, watch out. It's going to be good. Fat Corn, buy another marker font. No, Fat Corn, I just lose it. They're around here somewhere. That's less than I expected. Yeah, I know. I mean, if you watch my old videos, then you can tell the difference for sure. You can tell that I used to drink way more. All right, back to this glass. Sorry, glass one. I wish my brain worked. I'm literally sitting here going, just trying to think of Sour Patch Kid. There's like a Sour Patch Kid here, like a cherry Sour Patch Kid. It has that sour candy nose where like you smell a bag of sour candy and you're like, oh, hello. But also has the cherry nose. So it's a cherry sour candy. But also doesn't smell weird in any way, like nothing grain forward or like like grassy. It smells good. It smells really good. Let's go for a taste. Like that. That's solid. It's a long experience. The finish on it's tremendous. This is not something I would consider complex at all. It didn't throw me for any like loops or bumps. There are no twists or curves or twists. It was this one really awesome cola, like a cherry cola note that went from the front of the palate to the back and just extended. It was like the seamy stretch of that note, and I really, really enjoy it. If you don't know what the seamy stretch, just Google it. Make notes so that I can order these correctly. Seamy stretch of cherry cola. Sour Patch nose. All right. Let's move to glass 2. I really enjoy glass 1 a lot. That's really, really good. Glass 2? Oh, let's see here. I need the slow camera push on this tasting face, right? I don't know if anyone likes it in the videos, but I try to do the slow camera push on the tasting face. It's just what I do. All right. In focus and up. Eyes are shut. If you were following along before, or if you just scroll up in chat, you can see what letter that is. Glass 2. Oh. Oh. If it smells like funk, it must be us. That's Black Eyed Peas, I think. That's not my jam. That's never been my jam. It will never be my jam. It is. It's either double barreled or finished. It is probably some sort of a craft distillery, possibly. It tastes like, or it smells like somebody tried to make something older, faster. Faster. You can't make old whiskey faster. The more you try to do it, the more it stands out to me like a sore thumb. Like it's just not that smell. I don't like how that smells. It smells like rotten fruit to me. It smells like you got all excited about making your own wine and you mushed a bunch of fruit together and you just left it in your closet over the summer while you went away on vacation somewhere else and you came back and you opened the closet and then holy shit, big mistake. But I know some people like that. Oh, okay, that has a vitamin-y smell too. It kind of smells like Dickel and spoiled apples. All right, let's go for a taste. Not as aggressive as I thought it was going to be. But, wow. Whoa. It gets real tart at the back. Real tart and real not. Wow. Ugh. That smells like dirty. That tastes like dirty feet. That tastes, and I'm super sorry. I know that people make this stuff, and some people like it. A lot of people must love it because they're still in business and they're still selling this stuff. But to me, personally, in my what I associate that taste with is, what do you call it when you drink out of a shoe? A shoey? A shoe. That's like if you found who's a really dirty, like a really who's a I don't know. You found an old shoe that was left in a wrestling locker for 30 years. You started using it again. And then you poured whiskey in it and drank out. That tastes like a really dirty shoe. And that's honest. That's mean. But if you like the same things I like, if you agree with what I like and dislike, that's something that you should know. That's not something that we like. Other people who agree with what they like, who like that, and if you are on their side, then you would like that. But if you like what I like and dislike what I like, that's like the survey said. Just no. Dirty shoes. And I don't mean to be rude about it. But also, not going to lie. Glass 3. Oh, shoot. In focus. Glass 3. Use the letter to your advantage if you know what the letters mean. Much more tamed down. Much more gentle. Ooh. There's a nice, not a dark toffee, but a lighter toffee. Not a Scoreboard, but the Heath bar. Heath bar? Like a pixie stick. It's sugary. I like that. It's a nice venture off of what Glass 2 was. So it's a very sweet pour. Yeah, I like to smell that. They'll match. Oh. Hello. That see what I love when whiskeys like play games with your palate. It's going in one direction and then it just like goes and just like e-brake like kicks the ass end out and goes in a different direction, and you're like, wow, you're a good driver, and I didn't expect you to do that. That's what that did. And it didn't happen immediately and it didn't happen late. It happened unexpectedly. Like you just left the parking lot and you're like, whoa, already we're maneuvering in weird ways. It started off sweet and then got almost grapey. It took like a grape, like how grape juice like digs down deep into your palate and does this bitey thing. It did that. It was like sweet bourbon, grapes, like grape juice, but not necessarily the grape juice note, but pretty close. Maybe like a mixed berry juice, but it dug deep like a grape juice would do, and then twisted and then it finished tremendous. That's really good. What is that? Second sip. I like that. I like that. I like that. Grape juice not sensitive. Grape juice. If it feels like grape, it's not. Damn it. Let's put feeling. I know what I mean. All right, we have 2 more, and then we'll get an order here. All right. Do it, lady. What in the heck's happening? Okay, I got to catch up with chat. I'm sorry. Where am I? I'm so far behind. I don't drink a lot. I would estimate maybe 10 ounces weekly. I do love it, though, without an ability to explain why. Too much info. No, that totally makes sense. I think that the more you taste, like, you'll start to figure out why, right? And you'll figure out why you like one thing and not the other. When I first started tasting whiskey, I wanted to like it so much, but I didn't. I just was like, no, and they're all bad. But what I was buying were things that what I was buying was like things that were cheap offerings that were watered down that just tasted like ethanol. It's not that I didn't fall in love with the bourbon until Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, because it was so much flavor. It was super high proof and like it really kicked my ass. But I was like, oh, it's like bourbon. There's no water added to this. This is what whiskey tastes like. I think the more you add water to whiskey, the more it just tastes like alcohol mixed with water, and the bourbon flavors just get washed out. So not being able to explain why you like something doesn't matter. But I think that eventually you kind of just figure it out, right? And the more you taste different things, you know what you like, what you don't like. It's like anything. Like, why do you like one sport over another? Or why do you like blondes and not brunettes? You know, why are you a boob guy and not a butt guy? Why do you drive a tiny truck instead of a big truck? Well, it's because of the economy and the cost of the big truck. Damn it, couldn't afford a big truck. But lay off. Dragon's Milk? Oh, I have no idea. You're talking about the origin, like the stuff from Michigan? I don't know. Boy, I'm way behind. 8 minutes? That's not too bad. Shoey, yep. Pigpan. Das Boot. I love a good beer out of a boot. After watching Beer Fest, we just went out and bought 2-liter glass boots. Yeah. These oi, oi, oi. I guess there's a Super Troopers 3 coming out. They're filming for Super Troopers 3. That's going to be one heck of a movie. Hopefully. Smells like Bigfoot. I didn't have Shoey on my bingo card for tonight, but Google, it is a thing. They chug beer out of a shoe. Just had 4 Zelly. My next pour will be Jack 14 Old Forester Barrel Proof and Blanton's. My next pour will be Jack 14 Old Forester Barrel Proof or Blanton's. You just had 4 Roses LE. If you're Old Forester Barrel Proof will taste like just hot fire after that. Blanton's will be a huge step down. If it's your last pour of the night, I would say Jack 14 for sure. If it is not your last pour of the night, then I would do this. I'd go 4 Roses LE into Blanton's just to see, like, wow, people really love this Blanton's, but why? And then go from Blanton's to Jack 14. Putting Blanton's in the middle of 4 Roses LE and Jack 14 really makes Blanton's look like a piece of shit. In my opinion. In my opinion. Your blind review on it really made me want to try it, but I can't find it anywhere, and they sell out super quick. My blind review of what? Crap. Did I try Origin? Did I try Dragon's Milk blind? I don't think I did I? When did I do that? Are you thinking of a different guy? I don't think I've ever had Dragon's Milk Origin. Ever. Unless it was in the Royal Rumble. That may have happened. I don't think so though. Did I do that? When? When did I do that? How long ago was it? I don't remember. I've got so far 988 videos. It says my YouTube studio says 988 videos, I think. So I don't recall drinking that one. The last time you had it was at Pours in the Park 2. It wasn't on a video though. I don't remember trying it. All right, several weeks, maybe a couple months back. Dragon's Milk Origin. So I know that Dan and Sean talk about them a lot. Like they really love their stuff, but I don't recall trying it. All right, glass number 4. Glass number 4 in a focus, and there. All right. Ooh, glass 4 smells like Maker's Mark. Glass 4 has a like kind of a dairy note to it, almost like a kefir. Kind of like a sourness. Nah. Something that's not necessarily my favorite nose on a whiskey. Just trying to get past my bias and get into just the whiskey itself. Let's do that. You like a vanilla kefir? It has that puckeriness to it, a little bit of sourness. Maybe some like bitter oak, like a toasted oak or something like that. All right, try it. Kind of light, kind of marshmallowy. So that tastes toasted. And there aren't a lot of toasted products I love. If it's not toasted, then it reminds me of something toasted. It reminds me of something that's like people associate with marshmallows and graham. It kind of like heads in the direction of a Jack Daniel's Heritage Barrel, except for the distillate in this glass doesn't mesh well enough with the toasted barrel as the Jack Daniel's distillate. The Jack Daniel's distillate so like berry and yeasty that it just melds together really well. This is just kind of like I'm gonna say 4 is like kefir toasted. All right, glass 5. So far, there are 2 competing for first place, and it is not number 2 or number 4. In glass 5, there's only 1 remaining, so you should know what it is. I'll flip it over there. There it is. All right. Give it the old SJ, the old swirl job. Nosing. Ooh. Very rich. A very rich nose with stain. Man. At first I thought it was going to be a subtle, sweet oaky nose, but the more I smell it, the more I'm picking out a ton of wood stain, which could lead me down the friggin' road of something double oaked or finished in some sort of barrel. Or I could be wrong and I taste it and it's just super sweet, delicious oak. But I don't think that's where we're headed here. I think we're headed down the alley of friggin', or let me see here, the double-barreled boulevard. That's what I'll call it. By the way, Google Maps, if you're listening, if I'm on a road trip and I take an exit and I pull into a gas station, I know that you're not like the end-all be-all of smartness, but you're a map. And on your map, you know where gas stations are. And if I am driving, if I've got like 12, there's like 9 hours left in my trip, and I take an exit and I pull into a Come and Go or a Maverick, let's say, or a Casey's, or I don't even know, like what's still out there even anymore. I pull into one of those. Instead of continuously rerouting me, like I've lost my way and I don't know my head from an ass, and it's like, oh, beep beep beep, rerouting, beep beep beep, rerouting, beep beep beep, rerouting, beep beep beep, beep beep beep, beep beep beep. Just be like, hey, looks like you're stopping for gas. All right? I'd be like, yeah, stopping for gas. Oh, well, let me know when you want to resume your directions. Cool, I'll do that. Rerouting. Reroute. Stop it. I'm just stopping for, you know that. You're a map. You know I took an exit. I'm not on the same route it was. I took an exit. And it's not like I'm still going 60 miles an hour in the wrong direction. I literally came to a stop at a gas pump. Stop rerouting me and start listening to what's happening. If you want to keep up with AI, Google Maps, you gotta be smarter than that. Just saying. Glass 5. Done the hatch. This has been rebarreled. It's not as aggressive as some of the rebarrelings I've tasted, but this has been rebarreled. It's been put into something else. What type of barrel? I'm not sure. Is it New American Charred Oak, double barreled, or is it? I don't know. But as soon as I pick up on these notes that are like a rebarreled note, my freaking head goes out a window, and I'm like, crap. I can appreciate things for what they are, but only so far. It's like, okay, it's got that note, but it's not as brash. It's not as aggressive. It's not as like in your face. It tastes like maybe it's been double oaked for longer, or maybe like not as aggressive as a double. I don't know. It's not hitting me like, ugh, but it's not like, yay. It's just like, damn it. Like I wish this whiskey wasn't. It has another level to it that I don't want to be there. Or if it were there, although this is like a slope into that, it's not a seamless slope. There's a slow zoom, the panning, or there's the cut. And most double oak whiskeys do the cut where it's an aggressive, like we're zoomed out, we're zoomed in, like, but it just cuts there. What I want from a double oaked whiskey or something with that profile is like a slow move into it. And this does that better than others, but it's still a bit rushed. The way that it gets into this double oaked profile, which makes me not love it, but also makes me appreciate that So it gets, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's fine. All right. So I have to taste two of these to determine my favorite. 1 and 3. 1, 3. Yeah. See, the more you learn my palate, the more like you'll understand I like big flavors, but I like when things just kind of come into those big flavors not gently or slowly, but like seamlessly. Like it builds, but it ramps up in a fashion that's not aggressive or beating me up. And glass of 1 builds nicely. That's a super solid pour. I like that a lot. A lot of the big whiskeys that people send me that they think I'm going to love are too in your face, aggressive, like huge whiskeys that just hit immediately. I like something with a slow build to it. I like a little, no, damn it. Don't get into what you like, Matt. Or what, just get in, just the action before the action. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. There's got to be some action before that. You got to like, let's get it out. Oh, yeah, pay a little, like, ooh, baby, let's get it on. Glass 3. All right. So glasses 1 and 3 were very close. I initially put a score. There was a 1-point difference on a scale of 100 between 1 and 3. After tasting them, I got to stand by it. They're both really, really good. But I'll start from the bottom. In last place, the Rickers from earlier is 60 corn, 22 wheat, 18 malt, distilled in Tennessee, aged in Kentucky, 100. Distilled at Davidson, I believe. Huh. That was a crazy pour. That was just so 60 corn, 22 wheat, 18 malted barley. For it to have that aggressive of just like a punch, it must have been like the craftiness to it or something. I don't know. But there's something going on there that kind of turned me off. The mash bill itself isn't something that I think would be like a no zone for me. It's not like, hey, I have to use my safe word here. The mash bill isn't safe word worthy at all. Something else is distilled in Tennessee, so it's aged in Kentucky. So it's not even like it's aged in a crazy hot environment. It must be just the I don't know, just the craftiness of it. I'm not sure, but that wasn't for me. But like I said, I'm me, and every one of you have your own palate. You enjoy what you love. I enjoy what I like, and we're gonna vary in different directions. So that's all. The porter order is last place was glass 2. It was the Dirty Shoes one, which I did not like it. I did not like it, Sam. I would not drink it at a beach. I would not drink it with your beach, even if she. Never mind. But they're just not for me. C. What's sample C? Well, sample C was the Lincoln Pinch Repeal Day 24. Funky Nose, Rot. Thank you, T. Fossboo. T. Fossboo? Friggin'. Funky Nose, Rotten Fruit, Vitamin Smell, Electrical, not Matt's Jam at all. You can't make old whiskey faster. Tart back end, not in a good way. That sums it up. Yeah, and then Jason says, Lincoln Pinch Small Barrel, craft distillery release only. Promised to send you a sample when I bought it. Didn't try till I sent it to you. It's a funky bugger. Joey, fiance told me to stay up late tonight because I went to bed too early all week. So here we are, drunk watching Matt. Joey, your fiance told you to stay up late tonight because I went to... Let me put that in perspective. Stay up late. You went to bed too early. Is your fiance in bed or is she awake? Or is he awake? I'm not gonna assume that. Is your fiance awake or is your fiance awake or in bed, Joey? I need to know that. All right, in fourth place was Glass 4, which I said was soury, kind of reminded me of Maker's Mark. It had a vanilla kefir note to it, which was like a sour dairied note to the nose. And then I said on the palate, it reminded me of something toasted that I didn't necessarily love. And that was Glass 4. Glass 4 is sample D. Man, T. Fossbo is on top of it. Glens Creek OCD. Smells like Maker's Mark, sour note, not favorite nose, vanilla, bitter oak, light marshmallow palate, tastes toasted, heads in direction of Jack Daniel's Heritage, but the Jack Daniel's Heritage, I love Jack Daniel's Heritage, but the Jack Daniel's Heritage is because their yeast and like the flavor profile of Jack Daniel's, like the red winey berry note, combines well with that toasted property that I was getting on this, whereas this didn't do that. This was like, where if it's the right distillate, it can be a yeah. That's all. Thank you so much, T. Fosbo. You are on top of it, like, incredibly. Joey, has anyone had Epoch in Baltimore? Just got a casting. It's where I love it. And answer, my fiance is in fact asleep next to me, and I still have to get up at 7:30, so I'm having a good time. Joey, that is great. I'm assuming you're on the East Coast. It's 11:08. You gotta get up at 7:30, so probably stop drinking pretty soon. And then, so what I would imagine is this: when your fiance says stay up a little bit later, you've gone to bed too early. That means your fiance has been trying to fall asleep, but you've come to bed too quickly and you've kept them awake, and they don't like that. I don't imagine that your fiance meant stay awake and get into big trouble, mister. So what you should do is say this: tomorrow, you go to work 7:30, kill it. You do all the best work you could do, and then you get back tomorrow. It's got to work on a Saturday. That's a bitch, but you're willing to do it because you're a family man and you're willing to do anything for your fiance, and she should know that. So when you get back, you let your fiance know, listen, last night you told me to stay up late. I did it. I did it responsibly. No issues whatsoever. Got to work on time this morning. Killed it at work. I made all the commissions, even though your salary or your compensation isn't commission based. But somehow today on a Saturday, that's right, you work Saturdays because you love your family and she can depend on you to work weekends, even if you're doing it and you don't love it. But you'll do it for her. You woke up, you went to work, you killed it, you made commissions even though you don't make commissions. You came home on a Saturday. There's only half the weekend left, and the only thing left to do is for her to love on you, for being the man you are, and for putting in the extra effort. Saturday work is not fun. But it doesn't bother you because you'll do whatever it takes. But it's important that your fiance knows that. You'll do whatever it takes. You'll work on a Sunday. You'll take a double shift on a Sunday. If it means that you two can go out to KFC on a Monday. And you can double down on that, which is a joke about a sandwich called the double down that they sold at KFC. Anyway, moving on. Joey. OCD is made from recaptured yeast from Old Crow Distillery tank. Number 5. OCD number 5. They jeep and strain all the char and refill new barrel with their premium. Make 1 barrel a year. They make 1 barrel a year? What in the world? They jeep and strain it? They jeep it. But it will ruin your palate with char. Huh. Or they wanted some booty, and yet us men didn't pick up on the clues. If someone tells you to stay up late, that doesn't mean they want. I think, Ricky, it's the opposite. If they tell you to come to bed early, that might mean it. But also coming from a guy that you might be right. I don't know. Can't be an expert there. I unfortunately have to wake up because I scheduled a haircut. Oh, so not that serious, or else I'd be asleep. I thought you meant to go to work. Whatever I said, disregard. Disregard. Oh, keep and strain. That makes way more sense. All right, and what did we do? We did 4th place and 3rd place. 3rd place is number 5. And number 5, I think number 5 was the one that was like, I said it's fine. Yeah, number 5 is E. Letter E. Barcelona Discovery 13? Very rich nose, wood stain, smells double barrel. What is Disco 13? What? Why does it smell like? Why? Whoa. What's Discovery 13? In Colorado here, we have, I think the latest batch of Discovery we have where I live, I think I've seen Discovery 10, maybe. No 11s, no 12s, certainly no 13s. This can't be a straight bourbon, right? Unless it's like a blend of like some weird stuff from somewhere. Thirteen's double barreled. Double barrel Hungarian oak. Hungarian oak? Why? I want everything about that whiskey except for that note. It's so good except for that double barrel note. If that's the Hungarian oak, I don't know what it would taste like had it not been double oaked. But it's so good except for like this. It does this transition thing where it's like, oh, like, and it does it kind of quick, but not ultra fast. But it just gets to this point where I'm like, oh. And it's because I'm sensitive to double oaking. I had no idea that they did that. All right. Discovery Series, like they said, they're not locked in, which is kind of what we do at Barrel King. We're not locked into anything. Like, we just try different things. The Discovery Series is the same way. But I'm sure that a lot of you will love that. That's just the double barreling process isn't for me. Is it like new Hungarian oak or like I don't even know what that means. Hungarian oak. You know, if we're going to Colorado sometime next year, she wants to go to see the Trail of the Gods or mountains or whatever you call it. She has a list of places she wants to see. Well, a lot of places that most people want to see are on the other side of the state. We're in the western slope, but Glenwood Springs, beautiful, out this way. Hot because they have a lot of like natural hot springs, super awesome. But yeah, if anyone, I get a lot of these messages. Hey, I'm coming to Colorado for a few days and I'm going to be in Denver. What store should I hit up? Or I'm going to be in Denver. Do you want to get a pour? And I live like, depending on traffic and weather, absolute minimum, 3 hours and 20 minutes from Denver. You have to like, Denver is here. Okay. Then you got to climb all the mountains. Then you got to go down most of the mountains. And then I'm over here. So if anyone's ever on the western side of like the mountains, but still in Colorado, that's the jam. That's when you talk to me. The eastern side of the state, sometimes I go there, but not very often. Fun update. Oh, this is going to be good. I love updates. Fiance sleeping next to me woke up while you were talking about me and asked why you were talking about us. The happy couple nestled in their queen-size bed, one of them trying to sleep, but struggling. The other one trying to maintain some sort of sobriety while also trying to let his significant other sleep, but also staying awake in case she gets the urge. They're both laying there, her wondering why a man on the internet is speaking about him, while he's wondering if she likes it. Currently, they're laying butt to butt. But if things go Joey's way, they'll soon be butt to nut. And if not, it's the way the story usually ends. But if so, you can thank me later, Joey. The end. Could have went further into detail, but that is a pretty good update. Thank you for the update. Any more updates? Let me know. Gary Pointer, Glenwood Springs is such a dope little ski town. Sunlight Mountain is so cool and gospel vibe. So get this. There was when we first moved here, there's a thing called the Glenwood Caverns or Glenwood Caverns. There's an amusement park, and you go up a gondola up a mountain, and there's like an amusement park on the top of the mountain. There's like swings that swing you over. There's a bunch of shit to do up there. Like it's an amusement park. But when we got here, we moved here, and then we brought the kids up there. We had a good time. But at the bottom of the mountain, they have you sign a waiver, and the waiver says like it's basically signing away. It's like a waiver for everything. Like you're signing this waiver, no matter what happens. Like we're not liable, and they tell you that they're like, this is the waiver of all waivers. Like we're not liable for anything. Like you're signing your life away, basically, at the bottom of the mountain. Well, unfortunately, like there was a super sad thing that happened with a family who went up there, and they had like a stupid thing happen on one of the rides, and like this little girl wasn't buckled into her, she wasn't fastened incorrectly, and super sad story, like devastating story. Like the little girl lost her life because of the negligence of this park. And my wife and I were so upset when we read this. We're like, what on earth? Like, it's super sad. This happened years ago. And since then, we haven't revisited. Like we lived 20 minutes away, but we haven't gone back. We refuse to go back. Like you can't just be negligent and like cause something like that and then say, oh, they signed a waiver. Well, like 2 days ago, my wife was like, oh, remember that girl who passed away at the park? Yeah. her family got awarded $205 million. So, like, fine. Like, sometimes the American justice system, like, I hate it. And other times I'm like, nothing can ever replace your daughter, but like $205 million is like, they should, like, if they should own the park, right? Like, it's a whole long story about everything, but it made me so sick inside. But to see that a jury awarded them that, like, have them sign a waiver now, right? Like, actually take care of your shit. Like, life is worth something, and now you have to see that. It just pissed me off so much. Man, it pissed me off. But also, I was happy to see that the family got, like, they won. So, anywho, what was it? Oh yeah, we're on the top two. Someone wheeling during a veil. Yeah, those. Yeah, you can't sign a waiver and then be negligent. That's what I was telling. That's what I was telling Carissa. Like, as soon as it happened, I'm like, oh, like, they'll sue and they'll win, because if I took business law for like a year, they taught you can't have somebody sign a waiver and then be negligent and have the waiver like cover negligence. But $205 million is a huge, huge amount of money, where it's like, oh, we really have to take this seriously now. We actually have to take care of our shit, you know? Anyway, I think my parents were here like right after that, and we talked about it, and I was like so sick. Just thinking about, like, we were just there, and I don't know. Anywho, sorry to bring down the friggin' stream, but to bring it back up, second place and first place came down between glasses 1 and 3, and it was hard to choose, but the second place glass was glass 1. The first place glass was glass 3, and they were separated by a marginal difference. Glass 1 in second place was B, whatever B was. What's B? B, Short Barrel Cigar Batch. Are you kidding? Cherry Sour Patch Kid, no, solid, long experience, tremendous finish, not complex, one really awesome extended cherry cola note. Let me say this. Going into this tasting, the Short Barrel Cigar Batch, I thought that it was going to be not up my alley, but that's really good. I like that a lot. What, like, that's tremendous. I had no idea the Short Barrel was doing stuff like that. That's really, really good. And then glass A, which was the winner was Augusta Buckner's 15-year Heath Bar Pixie Stick, sugary nose, start sweet, moves to grape, mixed berry, really good. So the 15-year narrowly edged out the cigar batch. That's crazy. Blend of 8-year 36 rye MGP. And bars and finished in 1-3-year and rum. They made it a low rye as well, but this is my favorite. Dude, Jason, that's an awesome, awesome bottle. What's the price on one of those, Jason, for one of those short barrels? That is damn good. And then what is that buff turkey, the Augusta? Yeah, that's really good too. On a different day, I might pick that short barrel over the Augusta. Those two would always compete for 1 and 2. In this flight, those would always be number 1 and number 2. But on a different night, I could see myself picking the cigar batch over that. Which says a lot, because I love old whiskey. But that short barrel, like, mimicked old whiskey really, really well. You can't speed up age, but if you finish things correctly, you don't overfinish them. You don't put them in like super new charred barrels in a hot, like, there are ways to do things to make things really, really good. they don't necessarily make things taste older, but they make things taste like more complex and more complete. And that short barrel is a complete whiskey that just touches every part and does everything really, really well. The Buckners, there's flaws in that Buckners too. Like, I don't necessarily think that's a perfect whiskey, but it just had what's the proof difference, I wonder? Cigar Batch is 114 proof. Buckner's is 113 proof almost. Okay, so it's the same proof. Yeah. So I think that just like that extra age has kind of pushed that Augusta over the top. Tried 3 barrels at Augusta. That was my favorite. Did all the things. Told me they sold out, so I made him search the warehouse for a loaner. For a loaner? Oh, you mean like like a single? I thought you meant a loaner, like you'd bring it back. Like you're at Avis or Budget Rent a Car. And you're like, just get away. I know you got a loaner back there somewhere. They found one and I bought it for $300 a bottle. Ugh, but it's good. It is really good. The lowest proof buff turkey I've seen. Yeah, it is really good. Thank you for sharing those samples. $90 for the short barrel. Man. I think I'd rather spend $90 for that short barrel than $300 for that Augusta 15. I keep saying Augusta. Is that right? Augusta Distillery Buckner's 15-year. Yeah. You could buy 3 of those short barrels for 1 of the Buckners. So yeah. I'd say that the short barrel. So that's the first, I think, short barrel I've ever tasted. From everyone's experience, are short barrels like I've no experience. Are those really, really good? I know that Dan and Sean did 1 or 2 lately, but from everyone's experience, are the short barrel thing? Is that something I should do a pick of? Should I give short barrel a shot? Should I give short barrel a shot? That's hard to say, but I said it twice in a row. Should I give short barrel a shot? Shall I give short barrel a shot? Short barrel's a banger for that price. I did not mean to flight tease whiskeys that would never have paired with them together. Oh no, Jason. So like that's actually fun because I looked at your sample bottles, the Kobe of Kentucky's, and I realized that I haven't tried any of those at all. And I'm like, how could I? Oh, I'll just try a bunch of things I've never tried before, which is super fun for me. I have a ton of samples that I haven't tried before, and I wanted to start tasting different things. Not everything I'm going to like. I'll be very honest about things. If I don't like things, I'll say I don't like them. If I dislike things, I'll say I dislike them. If I hate them, I'll say I hate them. If I love them, I'll say I love them. But I need to like dig deeper into different things that I haven't tried before. And that's kind of what tonight was about. A bunch of different things I haven't tried. And that's a lot of fun for me. The funny and crazy thing is, I thought about this the other day. I own roughly 700 bottles of whiskey, right? And other people own way more. Some people own way less. Most people own way less. But if you're watching this, some of you own more, some of you own less. But the crazy thing is, I thought about this. If I walk into a normal liquor store and I start like looking at their shelf, I own 700 bottles of bourbon or rye, whatever. Like their corn, their rye, their malted barley, their wheat. I own 700 bottles of that shit. But if I walk into a liquor store, the majority of things on the shelf I don't own. How crazy is that? They're like, I can have so much, but then I go into a store and I own so little of the percentage of what they carry. There's a whole rack of local things. You go down like the shelf and there's just like so much shit. And it's like, oh, I've got that. I've got that. I've got that. That. But the majority of things, over 50%, way more than like I don't own, like that's crazy to me. And it's all made out of the same shit. And that just boggles my mind. I'm like having my mind boggled, I guess. Older high proof Ozzy Tyler as well. Okay. Short barrel's good. After's Warm and Sap Squatch are really good. What's After's Warm? Samples of the video if you're slightly curious. Keep those numbers up. Yeah, who wants all the bottom shelf nonsense? Quality over quantity. Yeah, I guess you're right. There's a lot of bottom shelf stuff in the stores, but it is funny that like there's just so many things that you just don't have that are out there. It's crazy. Anyway, that was a freaking stream. That was 2.5 hours of me tasting things I've never tasted. Some of the stuff I loved, some of it I did not love. A lot of things in the middle, but I would say a quality, successful stream. Next Friday, I will be at the St. Louis Bourbon Festival, be at the Barrel King booth. I hope, my fingers are crossed, that, you know what, how many people are in, 129 people here? I doubt that you guys are from all over the place, but I hope to see some of you there. I was going to have like a secret coded message to give me. Let me think. If you're watching this stream and you approach me at the St. Louis Bourbon Festival and you give me the batch name of Barrel King Batch 118, just whisper it in my ear, then I'll know that you watched the stream and then I'll owe you a drink. I doubt that'll happen, but it would be funny because it's a funny name. It's called G-Spot. But anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. No stream next Friday. I don't think I'll stream next week at all. There'll definitely be a couple videos, a Barrel King video and another one. And then after that, the next live stream I want to do with a patron. And a patron, it's going to be one of the blind date streams that I was talking about. That'll be fun. It's going to be a whiskey game show with a patron. Not next Friday, but the Friday after. That'll be a bunch of fun. But if you want to hang out, see you in St. Louis next Friday. If you just love Lamp, then hit the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. And I love you very much. Barrel King video will be out very soon because we see a lot of people are just going up to Matt whispering in his ear all day. Now there's only 120 people. So if I get one in my ear, that'd be great. I doubt it though. That'll be funny. Bourbon, Missouri should have a bourbon festival. Bourbon, that's basically the St. Louis Bourbon Festival. Like, I think it's an hour and a half away. An hour or an hour and a half, roughly. Bourbon, Missouri would have like 16 people there, and they'd all be me. It's a very small town. St. Louis is only like a Corn of Whiskey. Be there then. Everybody show up. Everybody show up. All right. I'm out of here. Love you so much. See you definitely on next Friday. Probably no stream next week at all, but 2 Fridays from now. Love you all. My name is Matt. This is ADHD Whiskey. Like I always say, keep your head in the clouds, but your mind on making sure that when you're renting a place, you keep your antennas up high. We had painters paint our townhouse a week ago, something like that, a couple weeks ago. And anyway, when they were doing that, they used a hose in the back of the house, and like the friggin' hose was broken. And the landlord knew about it, spoke to them about it, but when you turn on the water and the spigot, it was broken. Like it was frozen, and there was a burst in the pipe. So all the water, instead of coming out of the hose, just poured into our crawl space. And it was a real bitch. Because I came home after a couple hours of them being here, and I was like, think that there's water going into a crawl space. So I go out back, and there's, sure enough, they got the friggin' spigot on, and I'm like, yo, the water isn't like running into nothing. It's going into the bottom of her house. So long story short, today I got a text saying, is the crawl space completely dry? And I'm like, I don't know for sure. And you need to hire an expert to tell you that, because that sounds like a trap. And I refuse to fall for a trap. Thus, of course, I fall for several every day and don't realize it. But I did realize that one. I said, I'm not qualified to answer that at all. I think it's pretty dry, though. Who's to say? I don't want to get sued. Thad, speaking of doing picks, what are your upcoming picks? 2 Jack Daniel barrels are on the horizon, a Coy Hill Rye and a really, really good Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey pick, barrel proof, like their bourbon. And it might actually be better than the Coy Hill Rye. They're really, really good. Both of them are spectacular. So a Coy Hill Rye and Jack Daniel's barrel proof pick, they're coming together. And then also an Old Forester 100 proof pick I've chosen as well. Other than that, Evernorth pick still coming this year. Just have to get some samples, and then whatever else is whatever else is happening. So there's going to be a few more, but the Old Forester and 2 Jack Daniels, the Jack Daniels should be bottled very soon. The Old Forester, I would say probably November, maybe early December. I don't know. I don't schedule for them. All I do is pick a barrel and sell it when it arrives. You know what I mean? I'm tired. Tanyard's put out some awesome bangers. Yeah, Tanyard, I think, was not Stuff from Whiskey's, geez Louise. I think Tanyard was Dara and Bill's. For sure. I'll change a pipe. I will change you to a pipe. What in the world? I will change you to a pipe in a crawl space. I'm not sure if you're saying you'll change a pipe in my crawl space or if you'll chain me to a pipe in my crawl space. But either way, Paul, yikes. I like it. All right, I'm out of here. Love you guys so much. Have a good night. See you in a couple weeks.